Mom gave him the look. It said she was in no... Chapter 3. New friends. Patrick and Natalie took the elevator back to the lobby. There was no clerk at the front desk. Patrick wasn't sad about that. The clerk seemed off somehow. But Patrick was stumped about what to do next. He pulled at his lip and looked toward the front door. Maybe we could rustle some snacks up from the car, he thought. The same place where, just by coincidence, his video games were stashed. Natalie interrupted his scheming. "Oh, cool," she said. "Stairs." Patrick turned. He spotted his sister behind the front desk. His eyes widened. "Natalie," he said. But then she went left and disappeared. Patrick rushed around the desk and was amazed to see an entryway. It had been hidden from where he stood a second ago. It was only revealed at this angle. The entrance opened to cement stairs going to a lower level. More weak light led the way. Natalie had already started down the steps. Patrick hurried after her. He turned a corner and stopped. Appliances gleamed under bright lights. The hotel kitchen, Patrick realized. And food, Natalie exclaimed, pointing. A long stainless steel island stood in the middle of the kitchen. It was overflowing with bowls of fruit, bags of chips, packages of snack cakes, and all sorts of junk food. Patrick went closer. A note sat on the counter. "Food is for guests to take at any time. Please help yourself." He whistled and shared a look with Natalie. They both grinned. Then they each grabbed an armful of food and took their haul to a nearby table. After wolfing down a few treats, Patrick's growling stomach settled. He looked back at the counter, wondering what they should bring Mom. "Hello," Natalie said. Patrick turned, but she wasn't talking to him. He followed her gaze and almost jumped out of his skin. A boy and girl, maybe around 11, stood in the corner, staring at them. The kids were unsmiling. They were wearing T-shirts and jeans that looked old-fashioned somehow. The boy's shirt read Camp Okoboji, 1985. Patrick stammered, Who are you?" Natalie laughed. "That's Rachel. I told you I met someone." The boy in the corner swallowed and seemed to gain his voice. "I'm Jason, and this is my twin sister, Rachel." Patrick frowned. It was almost as if the twins were flickering in and out. He shook his head. It must be the weird light in the hotel, he thought, even though the kitchen light seemed to be just fine. "I'm Patrick," he replied, "and this is Natalie." Rachel smiled. "I met Natalie earlier. I told her she should probably find a different hotel." The smile vanished. "You should probably find a different hotel." "Well, we didn't exactly see any others around," Patrick said. Rachel and Jason shared a look. "They must have lured you here too," Jason said. Ba-whump! A huge bump sounded somewhere above their heads. Jason's and Rachel's eyes went wide. "Shh, Jason. They must be watching," Rachel whispered, her voice wobbling. She smiled again and said loudly, "We hope you enjoy your stay here. Everyone is really welcoming. We have to go." "Wait," Patrick said. "What do you mean, ba-whump?" Another, louder bump sounded near the top of the stairs. Patrick spun around, but nothing came down the steps. He felt a hand move to his. He almost slapped it away. Then he realized it was Natalie. She pointed to the corner. The twins were gone. Patrick huffed out. "Okay, this is getting weird. Let's just grab some food for Mom." But when he went to the counter, the snacks looked like they had aged years and years. The cakes inside the wrappers were black and rotten. The fruit was shriveled and dried out. The lights flickered. Then the kitchen went crazy. The faucet turned on and off. The refrigerator doors slammed open and shut. Pots and pans crashed out of the cupboards. Patrick pushed Natalie toward the stairs and yelled, "Run!" Chapter 4.